Yeah, I mean, this is the other thing too. Like this is what I said, and this is what caused all the drama on the channel over the weekend. I said, there's no way Coinbase has all that Bitcoin to fund the ETFs and individuals. I just think that there's something missing here. There's a leak in the Bitcoin ecosystem right now, and I don't know where it is. That's why I said, like, I trust Saylor. I think that they have the Bitcoin. I think that because they're a public company, they have to prove that. There's auditors that prove that. But that's still thinking in the old system, right? Because like that's the beauty of Bitcoin, is that you don't have to trust auditors anymore. Bitcoin, every 10 minutes, it self-audits itself. You can look at it anytime. You can verify it. You can. It audits itself, and you can verify that anytime. But even with MicroStrategy, like they say they have Bitcoin, they provide that in their quarterly updates as a public company. The auditors verify that. But we've seen so many issues in the past with auditors being like associated or paid off by the companies. That's the whole thing here. That's the risk with MicroStrategy. And that's why I said I'm not buying any more MicroStrategy shares until they actually show the Bitcoin. Because they have the Bitcoin. Saylor, every time they buy Bitcoin, he announces how much they bought, the cost of it, everything. They're a public company. Everything's transparent there. What would be the harm in sharing your Bitcoin addresses? Setting up a website exactly like El Salvador has and saying, these are the transactions, this is the balance. You can look at it yourself. Everything else is available out there. Like, it has to be as a public company. So what's the harm in just showing what addresses they are, showing that you still have the Bitcoin? Because when your whole company relies on that as like your underlying asset, you should be very transparent in showing that it's there. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Arnie's had enough MicroStrategy chat for today. TJ says, awesome you chat with your viewers. I mean, that's this whole show. I think that's why people show up every day, is because we interact. I usually spend about 5 or 10 minutes, yelling at the sky. But for the most part, yeah, it's fun. It's fun to me. I love doing this. But it says, what do you think about physical funded Bitcoin collectibles like Cassius, Liana, BTCC? I don't know what any of these things are. I wouldn't worry about that. TJ, look at the title of the show today. Stay focused on Bitcoin. Stay focused on Bitcoin. Stay focused on building up your own strategic reserve for your family. Josh says, can we get some Arnie merch? Oh, that's a good idea. I mean, what would we put on the merch, though? Just a picture of Arnie? He does look pretty good as a cartoon. He's a good looking dog. Kurt says, Bitcoin protocol is transparent, so simple to just verify the addresses and allocation. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like, we have the ability to do this now, right? Like, this isn't hard stuff to do. Hey, MicroStrategy, you have 380,000 Bitcoin. Okay, prove it. That's it. When your whole valuation depends solely on that number, it's important that you should be providing that number, right? Like if there's a company who is doing this with real estate and they own property in Manhattan, and I'm sure they already do exist, there's real estate trusts that have this kind of thing where they're kind of tokenized in shares. And you can see the building. You can walk down the street and you can see that the building that you invest in is there. That's the company. That's the trust, the real estate investment trust. That's what you're buying. With MicroStrategy, you're buying Bitcoin as the asset. So they should be able to show that. I don't think that that's too much to ask. Is it? I don't know. Am I crazy? Am I talking to myself here? I don't know.